got a quick sit-up technique tip today, and it's a really important one. We do a lot of sit-ups, and everyone in the fitness world does a lot of sit-ups because they're good at targeting the six-pack muscle. But for such a simple and commonly done exercise, the vast majority of people get them wrong. And the main thing you've got to do, well, there's actually two main things. Firstly, is the speed of your up fade. So a lot of people, when they're doing their sit-up, they'll come up off the ground and then they'll just do a short, jerky movement like that. So they start and they kind of throw themselves forward to get over that sticking point as they get the mid back off the ground. If you do that, you're creating momentum, which means the momentum is doing the work as opposed to the muscle. So if you really want to get the most definition and strength through the six-pack muscle, you don't want to in any way accelerate into a sit-up. You're much better to start slowly and just come up in one smooth pace, like so, where my abs are doing all the work and momentum is obviously doing none and not helping out at all. The second thing is to do with the feet. We did a sit-up test recently, one of the Saturday workouts, one of the event workouts, and the test there was, could you do a sit-up without moving your feet off the ground? And a lot of people found that very hard because they've probably been getting away with it in the studio. And what happens if your feet come up? Because my six-pack is basically, most people know where that is, and the hip flexors are just below that on the top of the thigh. And the hip flexors are a muscle that want to work all the time, and the six-pack is quite a lazy muscle. So if you're not careful and you're letting either one foot come off or both feet come off as you're doing your sit-up, it means that hip flexor is trying to take over the work of the six-pack, which means you'll get less effect through the six-pack muscle. So what you're going to try to do is not only come up slowly, but also really ensure that your feet stay on the ground the whole time. And if you do that, you concentrate on getting that ground, keeping those feet grounded. All of a sudden, bang, you feel the six-pack now has to do all the work. And I'm not letting any of those little cheating techniques come in to assist. So not only will you get stronger and stronger through that muscle, but obviously you'll see some definition that you haven't seen before with poor technique.